You have probably blamed a sensor the day your truck slowed itself down to a crawl on the highway. Most drivers do. They chalk it up to a bad DEF system reading, maybe a dirty NOx sensor, maybe a DPF acting up. They get towed, they pay the dealer, they climb back in the cab, and they move on. What they never find out, what nobody in that dealer bay ever volunteers, is that the manufacturer who built that semi-truck had a live remote connection to it the entire time the derate was happening. Not the dealer, the manufacturer, watching every fault code, every engine parameter, every GPS coordinate streaming out of the cab in real time, under a terms of service agreement. That the FTC's own 2020 report confirmed gives the owner-operator behind the wheel almost no legal claim over any of it. Here is the assumption most drivers are running on right now. You bought the truck, you own the truck, and what happens inside that cab is between you and the machine. That assumption was already dead by 2017. And what two of the largest commercial truck manufacturers on Earth quietly launched together in 2025 means it is about to become ancient history entirely. The remote diagnostic systems, the telematics platforms, the mandate that forced a live cellular connection into every cab in America, whether drivers asked for it or not. None of this happened by accident. There is a straight line from a 2015 federal ruling to the moment your Class 8 truck starts following someone else's orders. And once you see exactly how that line was drawn, you will never look at your dash the same way again. And if nobody has told you this before, hit subscribe, because this channel is the only place you will hear it straight. So let's start with what is already living inside your truck right now, because this is the part most drivers have never been walked through. Every new Freightliner Cascadia comes preloaded with Detroit Connect, a live remote platform that streams your engine data, your fault codes, your DEF system status, and your exact GPS location directly to Daimler's servers without you touching a single button. Kenworth and Peterbilt trucks carry PACCAR's on-command connection. International trucks run Navistar's on-command. And Volvo trucks come with Volvo remote diagnostics as standard factory equipment. Every one of these platforms is pulling data from your Class 8 truck every minute you are on the road. And the data these systems collect is not just a location ping. Your engine RPM, your torque output, your diesel particulate filter load, your selective catalytic reduction efficiency, your braking patterns, your acceleration behavior, your idle time. All of it is leaving your cab in real time and landing on a server owned by the manufacturer who built the truck. Now here is the piece that makes all of this possible, and it is something most drivers have never heard by name. Every module in your truck, your engine, your transmission, your after-treatment system, your sensors, all of them communicate through a single network called the SAE J1939 CAN bus. Think of it as the central nervous system of your rig. And the telematics platform sitting in your cab has a direct open window into every signal running through it. Here is where it gets uncomfortable. The FTC's own 2020 report confirmed that while you hold the title to your truck, the data streaming out of it every second sits under manufacturer terms that give them far more legal control over it than you have. You paid $200,000 for the machine, and they kept everything the machine knows about itself. And that raises the question sitting right at the center of this whole story. How did every one of these systems get inside your cab in the first place? Because the answer to that is not what you would expect. If you ask the government how all this hardware got wired into your truck, they will give you a very simple answer. They will tell you it was about safety. They will say the 2015 FMCSA ruling was just about tracking hours of service and stopping driver fatigue. And for a few minutes, that sounds completely reasonable. But here is what nobody put in the official press release. When the final ELD rule was announced, the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association saw exactly what was coming. They immediately warned everyone that this compliance hardware was going to become a massive data pipeline, reaching far beyond simple logbooks. They fought it in court, they lost. And in December 2017, the trap snapped shut. Every single commercial truck in America was forced to install a live cellular connection, whether the driver wanted it or not. You were told it was an electronic logbook. What you actually installed was a two-way street. The same device the government mandated for your safety is the exact infrastructure manufacturers and telematics vendors now use to monitor your engine, flag your fault codes, and remotely adjust your operating parameters. The mandate literally built the bridge they needed right into your cab. And for a long time, maybe you thought that data stream was harmless. You thought it was just numbers floating in the cloud. But data does not just sit there anymore. It acts. Because what happens when the manufacturer spots something they do not like in that data stream is not just an alert on a computer screen. It is a physical consequence you are going to feel directly through your seat. And the mechanism they use to enforce it is something you already know. Let us talk about the 5-mile-per-hour derate. It starts with a single sensor. You are pulling a heavy load at highway speeds when your DEF system throws fault code SPN 5246. Or maybe an SCR efficiency code like P20EE pops up. To you, it is just a warning light. To your engine control module, it is an absolute emissions threat. And because of the software rules hardwired into your truck, the machine stops obeying your right foot. Within minutes, that $200,000 rig drops down to 5 miles per hour on the shoulder of the interstate. You are basically parked on the highway with zero control over your own property. Here is where the financial bleeding actually begins. Industry numbers show this kind of unplanned downtime costs you between $700 and $1,000 every single day. By the time you factor in the tow truck, the missed delivery, and the hotel stay, one single derate incident can easily drain $1,500 to $3,000 from your pocket before a mechanic even picks up a wrench. And if this is the first time you are hearing this breakdown, share this video with every owner-operator you know. They absolutely need to hear it. Here is the part that proves the entire system is totally rigged against you. You simply cannot just tow that truck to a trusted independent shop to clear the code and get back on the road. The J1939 network running through your engine is locked behind strict proprietary software. Resetting those parameters requires specific diagnostic tools that the manufacturer only gives to their authorized dealers. You are completely locked out of your own engine. They funnel you straight into their own service bays, forcing you to pay their massive premium rates with zero other options. The setup is so glaringly unbalanced that Congress actually introduced a right to repair House bill in 2026 just to fight it. Lawmakers finally admit the problem is very real. But a 5-mile-per-hour derate is just what is already happening. What Volvo and Daimler just quietly built together is something else entirely. In 2025, the two largest commercial vehicle builders on the planet, Volvo Group and Daimler Truck, quietly launched a massive joint venture called Coratura. Their goal is to create a unified, software-defined truck operating system. To an engineer, that sounds like progress. To an owner-operator, that phrase should sound an absolute alarm. A software-defined vehicle means the physical parts of your rig no longer matter as much as the code controlling them. It means your engine behavior, your fuel parameters, and your dashboard features will be governed by a digital platform that neither you nor your local mechanic can ever touch. You have already seen this happen in passenger cars. Companies like BMW and GM are already locking physical hardware behind monthly paywalls. They put heated seats and performance modes in the car at the factory, but you have to pay a subscription fee just to turn them on. Now ask yourself the obvious question. If the car companies are already getting away with it, and the cellular connection is already hardwired into every new Class 8 truck on the road, what exactly is stopping truck manufacturers from locking your horsepower or your fuel efficiency behind a monthly subscription? The reality is that absolutely nothing is stopping them. The digital infrastructure is completely installed. The software is fully operational, and the legal terms are already signed. You might hold the physical paper title to that $200,000 rig sitting in your driveway, but the era of truly owning and fully controlling your truck is officially over. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out on the road.